Welcome, everyone. Hey, to another session of the World of Horen Adventure. Thank you very much for joining us today. So, before we jump in, quick reminders, please. If you like what we do, if you enjoy watching us, hit that follow button. Hit the subscribe button if you're also lucky enough to be able to do such a thing. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe. If you're on anything else, if you're watching us later, watch us all and then come join us live. We like all that stuff. Follow everyone's social media stuff because we like it when you do. It helps us know that you like us when we see those follows. So please let us know. So today, our world. In the world of Horen, our heroes are delving deep beneath the citadel Haganibuto, the dwarven citadel that is one of the major capitals within the Irmios Empire. Now, last session we picked up in the caverns outside the Silver Palace. The Silver Palace being the current home of the hag. You had just dealt with her owlbear minions very easily by funneling them into one location. That worked well. And then as you were moving further on, a bunch of young ladies, prisoners or slaves by the looks of them, turned out to be succubi, attacked, killed Theo, but then with the life essences that Cecil has within his being, that I don't know if the party have really discussed the fact that he has these aspects. He poured a portion of his life spirit into Theo, so now Cecil is pretty worn down, hurt, injured. Theo is barely alive, somewhat aware of the fact that you should be dead, but you're not. We'll pick up right there. What are you guys doing?
Thea's just stuffed herself in a corner, all fetal style, after she woke up to Obi trying to de-armor her. So she's over there.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
So, I guess the succubus killed her, or hurt her. What happened? The ladies ran in, and then it got all dark, and then next thing I know, there are two dead fiends here, and then this.
They were clearly not humans. As I slayed them, they turned into this winged forms, the leathery and fiendish forms, and disappeared. So Cecil made a good call. He was able to see right through their disguises. But yes, it seemed very much like one of them was able to fell Theodora. But then Cecil brought her right back. This is all very sudden and very miraculous. Cecil, how are you?
Is that part of your monster hunting, or?
I'm gonna be. I know that again the map there was rocks, so I'm gonna be like sitting down on the rock like this, like on the floor of my back. I'm just gonna be like this, with thumbs up.
So he looks worn out. It looks like it took a lot out of him.
Do we know if Theodora died, or just that she was unconscious and then
I know she died.
These are better back. Okay.
I checked the pulse.
Well, okay. When everyone is ready, okay.
Theodora, are you all right?
I don't understand what just happened. Can someone please tell me what just happened?
There are these two women that came in, and they were not women. Cecil identified them as fiends. We dispatched them as quickly as we could. They seemed to be issuing commands to us as if we would follow them. I do not know if you felt this yourself. But everything was very difficult to see. There was a cloud of fog that made everything very confusing. I cannot tell you for sure what it is that had happened. But I can tell you that the fiends who are responsible are now dead.
I was the fog cloud, but I don't know why I did it. I don't know what happened just now. My fingers were moving, but it wasn't me.
Well, perhaps it would be good if we all took a rest here. There is no hurry. We are in no danger.
Did I die?
Yeah.
And how is she here?
And I'm just gonna go like this.
And that explains very little. I mean, thank you, Cecil, but how is she here?
I did tell you guys when we played that I got the souls. I felt those 5 people.
But imparting that ability is something that this is all new magic. No one is aware of all of it. What they are aware of is that you weren't capable of resurrection magic yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at Obi and just tell him I pled to the spirits of the people inside me that you guys used to help revive me, and one of them heard my call and went and helped.
Fair.
I got 4 left. I don't know why I had 3, 4.
What does that mean for the? Is it a voice in your head? These 4, 5 people.
No, thank God. That would be really annoying if they all started talking to me. But no, I feel their power. I feel them. I feel their souls with my souls. Sometimes I have dreams. Sometimes it feels like they grab my soul to let me know something. And I decided to grab their souls and let them know something that I needed. You know, it was a gamble, but it paid off.
This room with the crystals, it seems safe and defensible. Let us gather in here and make a camp of sorts.
Just gonna go like this.
Crawl into the pit with my 1 hit point.
I will stumble into the pit.
Oh, you went that way. Okay.
It's all the same. I was trying to give you your space.
Well, perhaps then you two should rest. You both seem very tired, for want of a better word, and Pelir and I can watch over you. I'm sure that if you would like.
Absolutely, I can do this. It would not be a trouble.
That'd be very appreciated.
I summon Stripesies and have Stripesies crawl down to keep Theodora company.
Let's scoop the little bugger up and just hold on to it.
Little butter.
So it's not been that long since your last long rest. So to gain the benefits of a long rest, if that's what you guys want to do, you'll be spending a while. You'll spend the evening just resting, thinking about what you're doing, doing whatever you'd like. You'll have downtime, effectively, before you actually go to sleep and gain the benefits of a long rest. So if there is anything you want to do during this period, you have plenty of time.
I'll get a bunch of ball bearings and just go down the hallway the succubi came out of and lay them out so that if anyone walks up, they're going to make a crunching, they'd make a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some more heads up.
Are we resting for the night?
I think that is entirely up to you and Cecil. Pellier and I seem fine, but you two have had some serious shit happen today.
I don't know what to do. I died. So even if I were to say anything or suggest anything, even I would have problems taking my own advice.
Well, being as you joined the Being Dead and Coming Back to Life Club, it is very jarring. So I think taking a rest would be the best option right now.
Okay. And then I will sit down, post up, and then I wiggle my fingers and do some stuff. This does not require a finger wiggling, just some incantations. So I'll do the mutterance under the breath thing, and you get the echoes reverbing from the walls. They don't make a whole lot of noise, actually, but there is something very magical about it. And I will cast Prayer of Healing at 3rd level.
Nice.
DM.
Yes.
According to my notes, which are subject to error, I have us starting this day awaking to finding Daphne in a coma. Then we traveled into the caves. We came across the were-raven in a cage. We went to the were-raven's house.
The family Gale.
The family Gale. Then we went to the hag. Then the hag.
Right.
We went from the hag illusion to out there.
No. All right. For some reason, I had it in my mind that you had slept prior to meeting with the hag the first time. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so it is fairly late anyway, and you can gain the benefits of a long rest. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So, you use your prayer of healing. Everyone gets back at 12, I believe.
Yeah, that's an abysmal roll, by the way. That is terrible.
Right. So, if you're going to take a long rest in this area, Obi has set up some ball bearings, so you might have some audible warning about anything coming nearby. But what sort of... who's going to take watch? And what sort of additional safety precautions will you take?
All these barrels down there, I was actually going to roll those out just so they're in this area and would make it difficult for people to navigate the room.
Okay. So you're building up obstacles between you and where the Silver Palace is. You don't necessarily think you need to do any behind?
No.
Okay.
I will take the first 2 watches.
And I can take the latter 2. I think, though it has been very exciting, I was not touched, really.
Obi, you're not an elf. You can't take 2 watches.
No, but I am fine.
You'll be exhausted if you do.
I'll take one of those watches. Trust me, I'm very alert.
Okay.
Okay. So, Pilly, you're taking the first 2 watches. I'd like you to roll a perception check, please.
May I have the help of my familiar?
You can. What is Stripesy's doing other than sitting on Theodora's lap to help you with keeping watch?
He is naturally perceptive as a creature, I am thinking.
Okay. So if he's on her lap, his point of view in terms of perception is going to be a little bit different from yours. So obviously, sight might be a little bit difficult for him, but hearing, yeah, possible. I'll still give you advantage, but Stripesy's isn't very perceptive while he's playing with someone else.
I'm using my Pat Rothfuss BS is what I'm doing to secure the advantage.
I don't know if you're gonna do that if you're not Patrick Rothfuss.
The advantage perception. Boop. So first roll with advantage is 15.
15. Okay. All right. About 3 hours into your 4-hour watch, you hear just very faint sounds of grunting. Stripesy's is because of the advantage that you got. Stripesy's kind of perks up a little bit and just nods in a direction, then goes back to nuzzling with Theo, and you pick it up yourself, and you can hear it. It sounds like someone is struggling with something, and then sounds of dragging against the stone.
So I have an idea. I am not going to wake anyone up. I am going to draw my sword and quietly walk to where I'm hearing the sounds.
Okay. The sounds seem to be coming from the direction of the tunnel where the succubi came out of, where the ball bearings are, where the barrels have been put up.
Oh, that is not the direction I was thinking that was coming from.
So as you move, weapon in hand, just keeping an eye, do you go over towards that tunnel? Do you investigate the sound without alerting the party?
If I can see the barrels, I would like to target one with a firebolt as like a warning shot.
Okay. All right. A few moments, maybe we'll say a minute of you stood there waiting. You'll then start hearing that grinding sound of something against stone, the struggling, and then a little bit of clatter of small metal things rolling around, hitting stone and hitting wood, and then a come on, and then more of that dragging noise. So something's engaged with the ball bearings at least and fallen over. Yeah, go ahead.
So I firebolt a barrel, and I take a few steps forward. Again, I'm trying to be respectful of my party members sleeping.
Does it make any noise when you firebolt a barrel?
But no, of course not. Assassin firebolting barrels. Practice this all the time. Mm-hmm. So I firebolt the barrel. Say, "Who goes there?"
Hey! I come in peace. Just hold your horses. Do you have any horses?
Who are you? Show yourself.
I'm trying. After another minute of just hearing this struggling sound, you can see a tiny little imp with broken wings desperately trying to pull at a big chest. It's about a foot long, 6 inches deep, and about 8 inches tall, and he's dragging it along the ground. It's too heavy for him really to be able to manipulate, but he's doing it. He's trying to get it move. He puts a hand up. Please don't shoot at me. Peace.
Stop right there. Okay, so is he stopped?
He's stopped. Hands are up.
I
Okay.
see a small...
really small, an imp, a tiny little fiendish creature. You've seen these wizards or warlocks with these kinds of creatures before. Looks like a scrawny little humanoid, almost like a pixie, but more demonic by the looking. His right wing is badly disabled and broken. It looks like it's been torn to shreds, and so it's hugging his body quite a lot, while the left wing is quite proudly displayed with his hands, which are up. Don't shoot me.
And he's clearly speaking common.
Clearly speaking common.
Okay. So I have, one hand where the firebolt came from, one hand with the sword. So, what is your name? And what are you doing with this chest?
You can call me Borislav.
What, Borislav? What are you doing with this chest?
This is a peace offering from the mistress to you.
Who is your mistress?
Well, the Witch of the Deep, of course. She has sent me to deliver this little gift in a kind peace offering, an apology for what happened. The emissaries were supposed to detain and slow you down, not kill. We didn't mean to kill. Also, we could really do with just another day, please. So just take the little... Yeah, it's all in here. You can have it. Just give us one more day, please. Just don't interrupt us. Okay, I've said my piece.
I will not accept this chest unless you open it yourself. And I take a few steps back and I say, open the chest.
You'll waddle around it and struggle to push the lid open. He can't quite reach it at its full extent, but eventually it crashes down on the other side, which everyone else is going to hear a wooden chest crashing open. Inside, you can see it has a series of small bundles inside of it, cloth wrapped and rolled, small little packages almost of cloth. Okay, it's open now.
So he opens it and I see just cloth.
Yeah, just lots of small pieces of rolled up cloth. Like someone had put stuff in cloth, rolled up the cloth, and then stacked them inside this small chest.
Tell me, Borislav, is this what is in this cloth?
Healing salves and just stuff to maybe help you out. I don't know if you need the help, but the mistress wants to make sure you know she doesn't mean you any harm.
What is wrong with your wing?
Oh, it is nothing. It will fix later. Well, I hope.
This healing salves, I appreciate this gesture. However, I do not think we need all of these things, and you appear to be in need yourself. Please take one of these salves and use it yourself.
These these salves will not work on my wing. It is a defect from birth. It's very, it's hard. More magic is needed. It is fine. I am okay. Please enjoy.
Borislav,
Please don't think this is a trap or anything like that. It is not. It is. Please.
Borislav, I am myself a practitioner of the arcane arts, and
Oh, great.
I have a little friend, what is commonly known as a familiar. Is your relationship to the hag, is it similar to this?
Yes, it's similar. Yes.
It is my understanding that if my friend, my friend, I call him Stripesy, if my friend, if he had some problems with his body, I could fix them very easily. Is there a reason why your mistress has not done this, seen fit to do that for you?
And he's doing the whole turning his foot in the ground, looking down with his hands kind of closed together. Well, you see, I did some things I shouldn't have, and she would prefer it if I couldn't fly. That's all. Or I can float. If I were to fall, I can glide, but I can't fly.
So she summoned you with a broken wing?
No, it was broken afterwards.
So it was not a birth defect.
Well, it was part of the. We could get into all. It was from the moment I was summoned, then the wing was broken. So it was part of how I came into here. But it's okay. I'm okay.
Do you not have any desire to have your own wing repaired?
It would be nice, but I don't need it. No. I have what I need. You, please.
So this conversation that has gone on for a while, do I get a read on? So he literally said this isn't a trap. So do I get
believe him?
Yeah. Do I get the impression that he is earnestly wants to be in his position and isn't trying to hurt us, etc., etc.?
Roll an insight check.
That is a number. That is 6.
Okay. You trust him. Obi, you were muted when you said whatever you just said.
While he did that, did any of us wake up from that chest?
Oh, yeah. You would have heard the chest opening and seen that Pelleer is having a conversation with a crippled imp.
I very quietly reach for my short bow. That's all.
Okay. So yeah, you believe him.
All right. Well, it was very nice meeting you, Borislav. If you are ever in search for a new master, you seem like a very nice fellow. I would like to know you better, but I know you currently serve another. So if you wish to go away, then I will not keep you. Thank you again for these generous gifts.
Mm-hmm. And for you, the lady makes wonderful cookies. If you would like some cookies, we can have cookie. I can play with Stripesies. It will be a good day.
I will take this under consideration.
Okay.
Good day.
Good day. What's the order?
If the imp happens to catch eye contact with me, I'm going to give it one of these.
Okay. not wanting to offend, he will slowly creep up towards you. Yes, mistress.
Turn around.
He'll turn around.
Okay, what can I see about his wing? Is it something that you can just pop back into the socket that's been neglected? Or can you splint it?
So the actual leather that is beneath the wing has been torn to shreds. So even if the bone was reset properly, he wouldn't be able to catch any air underneath the leather. It would just flap, unfortunately. The bones have been broken in a couple of the spots between the joints, so that even if he tried, he couldn't really move it that much. It does look painful, though he doesn't let it be.
Okay. Let's see. What do I have? I need a long stiff implement, people. Any of you fellas?
I give her an arrow.
There we go.
Okay. I'll take... can you spare 2 more of those?
I give her 2 more arrows.
Okay. And then I'll break off the sharp ends and the feathers, strip off the feathers, and then actually create a splint. And without telling him what I'm doing, I'm just going to grab him and shove that shit back into the sockets. And then it'll be over, and it's over, and it's over. And his limbs should be working at least, and it should be significantly less painful. And I'll wrap him up. And I'll tell him, don't get this wet for a couple of weeks, and don't take the bandage off for about a month and a half, 2 months would be my preference.
Oh, yes, mistress. And he'll get in kind of close. You wouldn't happen to be hiring, would you?
I'm the student. I don't even have money to pay you with.
Oh, not for money. Not for money.
What do you want?
We could make a deal. We could be friends. I can help you. You did such a nice job. It was very nice. I haven't had kindness for a while. So I could help you, and you could help me. We could be friends.
Okay, we can be friends.
Okay. What is your name?
Theodora.
Theodora. Okay. My name
It's Borislav.
That's what I told him. Shh. It's Methil.
Can I overhear this as I'm quietly just listening?
Roll a perception check.
Ethel, why didn't you want to tell them what your name is?
11.
You won't hear it. This is the name you can call to get me if you need me. This is my true name.
Oh,
So,
okay. All right, don't be giving that out to everybody that you meet.
No, but you're nice.
Maybe. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll keep it safe.
Right. There's a little bit of spring in his step as you have relieved quite a lot of pain from him. In effect, should you be capable at some point or willing to cast the Find Familiar spell, you can summon Borislav.
That's cute.
Okay.
Cool.
At
All right.
some point, if you ever do that.
I don't have the Find Familiar spell, but...
No.
Yeah.
If you ever get to that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
He'll try and scurry on off. If you take a look at the chest, inside there'll be a pouch of good berries, So 1 point of healing to each of you to use. They'll last 24 hours, these 10 good berries. And there'll also be 3 potions of healing, a healer's kit, and some food and rations. And then just a note saying, sorry.
I will absolutely check all of that stuff out for make sure it's not poisoned before.
Medicine check, perhaps.
That'll be a 10.
Okay. You don't see any sort of anything at all that could possibly be poisonous.
Okay, I just shrug at Palir. And I'll go back to my fetal position over there. Contemplating my existence.
Go back to bed.
The rest of your night's rest will go uninterrupted.
I'll just say that when I take over from Palir, we'll just play cards for a little bit if he's down.
Mm-hmm.
Have to be quick. I gotta get my beauty sleep.
He needs to go in a trance. Yep. Right. During the night, while Cecil is asleep, another little dream slips into Cecil's mind as he's resting. In this opportunity, you're actually lost inside of a forest, a thick forest. You have this distinct idea that you're on a hunt. Like, this is a real, this is one of those dreams that feels real, and you for a moment forget that you're actually in a deep dark cave. You're in the forest. It's hot. It's muggy, very humid day. Sweat is dripping down the side of your head. You have been hunting this monstrosity for weeks. Every day has just been another trudge through this thick forest. It started out not far from your village as this thing attacked and destroyed everything. You can't visualize right now what this creature is, but you know it must be destroyed, or all else is lost. As you race and race and race, you start to hear sounds of your family's screams in the background, egging you on forwards, until finally you break through a clearing and see that which you have been tracking this entire time. In this moment in your mind, you stand on either side of a small lake from your own father. He stands a good foot or so taller than he should. His brow is furrowed as he looks at you, and just muttering over and over again, such a disappointment, such a waste. But you know that in your mind, he must be stopped. I must do it. And you will wake up with a start at the moment of you loosing an arrow that's aimed directly at your father. And then gone. Okay.
Intense.
All right. So, you guys wake up, gaining the full benefits of a full long rest, should you wish to take them. So, hit points at maximum. Your maximum is it was put back to where it was previously, but you're back up to full, Theo. Spell slots all refreshed. If you expended any hit dice yesterday, then you get back half your level in hit dice, all those good things. On this day, as you wake up, what do you do?
All right. So I'm gonna wake up. I look bothered by what I saw, but I'm trying to skip that. Trying to get past that. But I'm gonna go to Palir and I'm going to ask him, because I didn't go to with the imp. I just stayed and kept sleeping. What happened?
There was a an imp. It seems like a familiar of a spellcaster. And he identified himself as such, as a servant of the mistress. His mistress is a hag. They appear to be concerned about our progress that we are making, and sent this chest of healing items to perhaps delay us, at least for a day. I think this means that if we do not get there within a day, then we are a hope for preventing them from whatever they are doing may be lost. But there are these good berries, so that's a plus.
But it's just gonna be like, listen, we need to hurry up. Then, if they're trying to delay us, we can't be late. We got to stop them from summoning their freaking demons.
Theodora, did you sleep well? Are you all right?
That's a complicated question. If you really want to know the honest truth, I am. I'm kind of in an automatic mode at this point. Do you want to hear about this now? Because I know it's not the priority. I don't want to make this about me.
It's okay. We can run there.
You may not get to hear about it later.
We could run there while you tell us.
I don't know if that's conducive to sharing feelings. Yeah, let's just go.
No, Theodora, tell us. This is a very traumatic day yesterday. Tell us what is on your heart.
Well, the freakiest thing about what happened was not just that I apparently died, which I'm not supposed to do. I'm the person that keeps us from doing that. That's the entire reason why I'm here. Instead of the lap of luxury, back in Oakwell, in student dormitories, getting my drink on. And the craziest thing is that I didn't do anything in that fight. I didn't even provoke them. I was literally standing in a corner doing nothing. And they chose to do this to me, to strip me of my will and then kill me. I can't even begin to scratch. That's going to take so many years of therapy to come back out of. Have any of you had your will stripped from you before?
No, but my head got chopped off.
It's worse.
They are evil creatures. Obviously, this is very traumatic for you. I would say that trying to figure out why they would choose you over someone else is
That's the part that I don't understand. I was making a point to be small, to be unthreatening. I always make a point to be like that. But it's like, if I can't use that to protect myself, then maybe I shouldn't be out here doing this. It was never my intent to die. I didn't come out here thinking that I would die. I thought I'd just stand back and let you guys die, and then I bring you back, and then I'd be fine.
Well, you are absolutely right. Your strategy was spot on. My kind the elvish kind, are naturally resistant to this sort of magic. Perhaps this is why I was not targeted. This is just an unfortunate circumstance that you are in front of these evil creatures.
I can't do anything about it. That it's unfortunate circumstance. And it's circumstance. That dying is circumstance. We're intelligent creatures at this point, who many of us have mastered magic and the healing arts. Is that we shouldn't be at this level anymore. And I don't even know if it's I don't know if I should be doing any of this anymore. I don't know if I'm the right person for you guys. If we can survive this hag thing, maybe we'll talk about this again. But I have half a mind right now to just go straight back to Oakwell and never try to do this again.
Well, you cannot get out now. Unless we destroy the hag, the dwarves will not let us out.
Well, we haven't tried yet to get out, but that's not here or there.
It is a very natural reaction. that you are feeling. That there's nothing wrong with second guessing yourself, given the circumstances that you just went through.
Oh, to be honest, if we're being honest and emotional right now, you second guess yourself a lot. And then Cecil's gonna walk up and be like, "You're Dr. Theo. I believe you. And if you can't, and if that's not enough, then Halir believes you. And if that's not enough, then Ovi believes in you. So let's just get this over with." Well,
do I believe that Obi believes in me?
you want to roll an insight check.
I will look over at Obi real quick. Yeah, an insight
Obi
check.
still has his mask on. Very, very high DC.
I got a 23.
Oh yeah. I need Matthew to privately tell me whether or not he believes in her.
Don't, Matt. Come on.
How do I do a DM whisper? I forget.
So /W in Roll20 space and then type in TEO. It should auto-populate. There you go. Whisper to me.
There it is.
To Teo Vent.
Row, fight the power.
It's a great quote.
Okay. All right. You believe he...
What? I believe that he what?
Obi.
He believes in you to a degree. You believe that he believes in your capabilities in certain aspects. So he might not completely just believe in you completely, but at the things that you do, he believes in you for those.
That's actually a lot.
He seemed very concerned when you were.
That's a lot better than I was expecting.
Listen, these creatures, this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons that my family hunts the night or monsters that hurt people. You know. So this is just a job for me. So I'm pretty numb to all this stuff. You know, granted, none of my family members have died because they're all freaking badasses. But you know, I have seen regular people that I've partied with, in terms of RPG, not actual partying, that had died. You know.
I'm not a badass though. I'm like the opposite of a badass.
Did you not walk all by yourself into the citadel of into the home of this entire citadel, convince them to let you in, and you have personally attended to the ailing king of this entire land? Yes. You think they let just people do that?
I could. Okay, if you really want me to debate you on this, then
I mean, the question is if you believe normal people do that.
Well,
Cecil was the first person to persuade and then touch the Lord Protector. I was kind of there in the back burner showing a piece of paper that had nothing to do with me that anyone could have gotten, so I don't think it actually has anything to do with me.
Fuck. Just got it right.
I mean, I was in debate club.
You were there, and this was your thing, and I pushed you, and you took care of it, and we didn't die at that point, so if anything, that's a win for you, bro. That shows your skill and your talent.
Well, let me tell you this, Cecil. I'll stick my finger in your face.
I'll stick my mind like this into her nose.
Acceptable. If I die one more time, I'm gonna kill all of you.
Noted.
And then I'm never coming back.
Alright, I'll make sure not to revive you a second time. You seem a lot more angrier that you were revived.
I don't know what I am, Cecil. I just died.
Professor Dr. Theo, let us leave.
I'm neither one of those things.
He's gonna gesture all, sarcastically.
Okay, I'm going
to walk. We need to run. We need to hurry up. We don't have enough time.
Be careful. We do not wish to... They know that we are coming. There may be traps. So let us use some caution as we walk quickly.
Okay. So, you guys start heading down that corridor. that the women had come down. As you make your way down, it's not very far. It's actually only about 200-300 feet before you see a sudden change in the landscape from these cavernous tunnels and these breaks to more of the halls that you witnessed up on the surface, cleanly cut pathways that still show the old signs of the Hagane Buto history engraven into the actual pavement work is still clearly visible. There is a lot of rock and rubble that's been piled up around the area, but some portion of this has still been preserved. You head out of this tunnel into a small space. It's no bigger than about 20 square foot area that, looking in front of you, there is the remnants of a very big silver door. So if you remember, the Golden Palace beforehand was a large golden palace with a central peaked dome and towers that surrounded it, and then apartments behind. What you have right here is just one of those double doors, but it's all made out of silver in front of you. Stood in front of it, you can see a very small floating eyeball just in the air in front of the door, just watching. Doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything. It's just a large, physically visible eyeball floating in the air.
Does it have a lid? Or is it literally just only an eyeball?
Just an eyeball. The stem that you would expect an eyeball to be connected to does extend out behind it, but almost like a ponytail, just kind of arcs and then comes to an end and disappears.
I do not usually work with groups. This is not my thing, but I think we should stay together. Are we going to be quiet, or Cecil, are we going to run in and just do what we can?
She already knows we're here. Might as well just make a big old entrance.
I look to both of you to see if you agree.
Who's both?
Oh,
There are
sorry.
four
I
people.
look to Theo and Pelir, since that was Cecil's suggestion and I'm me. I pull out my short bow and shoot the eye. And just run at it.
I take several steps back.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot the eye.
Does it know I'm there? Is it surprised?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
So yes, it knows you're there. No, you're not surprised. It's not surprised. Okay.
22 to hit.
22 will hit. The arrow that you launch will get it square in the large iris, and the thing just pops like a balloon.
Nice shot.
I'm past you already. I'm running at the door.
Oh, I scream, nice shot! And then I run.
Okay. You get to the door. It's popped. It's disappeared. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw against the charm effect.
11.
11. Okay. All right. Everyone sees Obi suddenly stop in his tracks before the door, look up to where that floating eyeball was positioned, and then pulls a blade out of, because you got daggers. You're
Sure, I got tons.
yeah. You pull out a dagger out, and then you see him start to pull open his eyelids.
Okay,
and
no.
ready to.
I'm gonna run up and Lesser Restoration him and try to remove whatever condition he's under.
All right, yeah, you'll remove the charm effect. But yes, he was charmed in that moment to provide his eye.
An eye for an eye. Ha 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 ha. That's cool.
Obsidian, are you alright? That does not look like a healthy thing to be doing.
I do not want to stab out my eye. Not a second time. Thank you, Theo. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hands paper bag. Let's go.
Hit the door. Check if it's locked.
Doesn't appear to be locked. Or at least the door doesn't appear to have a lock on it that you can see. Roll a perception check.
All right. Uh, 26, natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. You look at it, and while most of the door frame is covered with the rough rock that has been piled up around the outside to hide the Silver Palace, you can still see slightly through the slit in the door to see that while the door doesn't have any lock on it, it has been barred from the other side. If you want this door open without having to break it all down, you're going to have to figure out a way to get that bar that's on the other side of this door up and out.
It is barred from the inside. We can sneak up over it.
I'll give you a boost. How about that? And you open it.
It's not a gate. It's like a door in a wall,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you've got a wall that you can't see the ceiling because it's a buried doorway effectively, and it's a set of double doors, but only one of them is actually uncovered. And through the slit in there, you could see that it was barred. So you might be able to fit something thin through, or you might be able to use something to get the thing up, but it's barred from the other side.
I may be able to help with this. So I can dismiss Stripesy, and then I can summon Stripesy on the other side of the door. And I do so, and then I put my perception into Stripesy, and I see if there's any hazards that would be of a concern for me.
Not immediately visible, as best as you can see. There is, from this point of view, what you would expect if it was a true mirror of the Golden Palace is you would expect that you would be able to view into the large auditorium, the audience hall that is down here, that large area with the concentric circles for seating. What you can immediately see is that there is a large black cloth hanging at the outskirts of that is swaying slightly. Through your perceptions, you can hear muttering voices from beyond it and slight shafts of light just cascading from above to create a myriad, a rainbow of colors almost, that seem to spiral above this large cloth.
I describe all of these things, and I take special care to note that there are no people or obvious traps on directly on the other side of this door.
Perhaps we should just make sure that there are no alternative entrances that are just slightly more well hidden.
Do the doors swing outwards towards us?
Yes, they do.
Then that means the hinges would have to be on the exterior, right?
Correct.
I would like to investigate the hinges.
Okay, what are you looking for when it comes to investigating the hinges?
To see if... So you know how most hinges in modern day, they're just they're rods and pins? So if you pop the pin, it can pop out. Just trying to see if I can disable the hinge and then just make the door fall down.
Okay. Theo, you mentioned considering looking for other exits. Are you now looking for other ways in, other ideas?
I will, just from my position at the back of everybody, flat against the tunnel wall, what my eyes can see. I'm not going to move forward at all.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Seven.
Okay. Taking your passive of 14 as minimum, still you don't necessarily see any false walls or hidden pathways from this position.
If the door were to open in its full open form, would the edge of it just for instance, if a giant laser beam blasted out from inside the door, would I be in front of the laser beam?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna stay there. and just kind of
Okay.
like cling to the wall,
Yeah.
feeling my
If
mortality.
anything, I'm imagining you're on the side that when the door opens, you'll be kind of hidden somewhat behind the door.
Yeah, I'm in the most advantageous, smartest position. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, investigation check from Obi. And-
19.
Okay, so while he's investigating the hinges and the bolts that connect it, Pele, you have a familiar on the other side. Anything else you're doing?
So as I describe all of these things, I'm just saying I don't see any. So I'm blind there. I don't see any traps or people. I am able to teleport to the other side if we think this is a good way to go. And that's what I say as I'm describing all the things.
Okay. All right. So with the 19 on your investigation check there, Obi, you take a look, and it's an intricate system. The dwarves that crafted this are very decent at this kind of craftsmanship, and it almost looks a bit like a puzzle, so to speak. The hinges are not, while they're on this side of the door, they're not external to the door frame. So you do have a similar to a dovetail joint right here as they
It
connect.
looks flush.
It is flush, and there is a bolt that goes straight through. You know that if the door were to open, it would be able to extend a little bit, but the pin is inside the door frame.
Then hearing what Pellier was saying, it's that I think that this is the best idea. I do not see any other way through the door other than to open it. And it is blocked from the other side. Go to, friend. Go to.
Right, I will use my blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport just directly to the other side.
Okay. Pop out. You're able to. Nothing happens to you when you do so. You can just hear the muttering voices speaking. Abyssal. Do you speak Abyssal?
I do not.
No. So you just hear nonsense coming from beyond the big black curtain, and you can lift up the bar. It's just a wooden plank that's been placed in the notches to keep the door still and closed.
I would like to do that, and I would like to do so quietly, so as not to raise any additional alarms.
Roll a stealth check.
That would be 19.
Okay. You're fairly certain you haven't made any sound? Everything's quiet?
So I do that, and as I open the door, and I say, "The coast is clear."
Okay. So the door will open out to everyone. No big laser beam. Everything's okay. Looks like you should be fine. You can all now see the large audience hall with the big black curtain that is slightly swaying as if there's a breeze on the other side. What do you do?
I do speak Abyssal.
You do. Okay. They are in a muttering cantation. They're muttering a cantation, a ritual form. Roll a perception check for me. Take your passive as 14, but...
Take my passive as 14.
Okay. All right. So as you listen in, you can't quite make out the words that are being said because unfortunately there are 7 different voices all speaking, all of which are speaking slightly off from one another. It sounds like they're saying the same sort of thing, but they're echoing each other's voices with a slight delay. Almost like there's lag between them.
I'm going to assume that everybody understands that this is incantation of some kind that's happening because it's being repeated.
Mm-hmm. So, sometimes stage whisper. So sometimes, as I understand these things, a summoning ritual requires people saying things, and sometimes there is a material part to these spells. Perhaps if we get sight of what they are doing, we can either steal or destroy the material component and therefore ruin their spell.
I mean,
Often rituals for summoning demons require blood sacrifices or sacrifices of life, so don't kill anybody.
It's good to know.
is that true, Cecil?
He's just gonna look and be like, "I'm killing hags. I don't think they got blood once we kill them."
Okay, well, if you do, then take her out of her lair first, then kill her.
Got it.
You just like visibly you see the shoulders like come down, and like this short bow that was like ready to go is just like, okay.
No, Obi, turn him into quadriplegics. Do anything else. Just don't kill them.
And I sneak away, and I'm going to get around the corner, and as soon as I see someone, I'm going to shoot him in the spine and make him a quadriplegic or paraplegic.
Okay.
Let's.
As you're moving around, this large black curtain it wraps all the way around. So you're not going to be able to see what's going on in there.
Can I see what the curtain's attached to?
It's attached to a railing that's been set up above the thing. There's probably the actual curtain rises up about 20 feet from the bottom of the auditorium, which is already down some steps. So from where you're currently at, it rises up about 10 feet, and then you can see lights shining from inside. The lights are illuminating the large inside of the dome. So this space, this auditorium, just like before, has the large domed structure with the peak at the middle, and that's what's being lit up. So you could get up high to look down.
Well, I was going to ask, is the wall still really clean, thin, like marble, or is it rough hewn stone?
This is marble painted to look silver. So unfortunately, it's not going to be easy to do, and you don't have much of a claw on your left hand.
Oh, it got burned. God.
So we need to. Does anybody here know any like fire techniques to burn the thing?
Fire, no. Wind, yes.
I do have fire.
Having snuck away, I'd like to be on the other side of the curtain, just waiting for something to happen.
All right, Palir, burn it down. Let's try to get them out there. Get out of there.
All right. I launch a firebolt at the most flammable-looking curtain in my eyesight.
I hold an action to shoot somebody. That is all.
Okay. Theo, what are you doing during all of this?
I think I'm going to get ready to cast... Let me just make sure. Yes, we get ready to cast Bless.
Okay. And Cecil?
I'm going to go near Theo and whisper to her, "Can you like use your wind to blow my scarves so I look cooler?" So my scarves are like moving. Oh, she can't do both. Then don't worry about it.
She can't do both.
Yeah, so do it in the future. All right.
Let me see if I can do anything for a bonus action. I don't think I can.
Well, then I will be ready, prepared, with my blade drawn.
I think she can teach you the wonders of starching your scarf to always be stuck
Straight
in a
out
position.
Yeah. Imagine.
Only because I took organic chemistry.
There we go.
And I just
All
whisper, the hunt truly begins, and we wait.
Okay. So you explode you shoot a shot at the curtain. It begins to catch fire, and the flame spreads fairly quickly. The curtain eventually falling down from its rings around this scaffolding that's been placed up. As it drops, you see the scene below. There are 7 hags. They look very similar to one another, except 6 of them don't look like they are physically present. you notice that the 6 happen to have their bodies look almost translucent. You can see a little bit through them, and there is a thin, white, wispy line that connects each of their centers to something that disappears off in the distance. But there is one of those hags that is completely physically there, and that is the woman that you had met previously. They are furiously attempting to finish their ritual before you can disrupt them completely. But Obi was ready to shoot at something as soon as he saw something, so I'm going to put Obi to the other side of the auditorium. These rings that you can see on the map are steps that lead down the auditorium steps, and in the center there is a small dais that has been placed, that where previously you guys were stood and being questioned or being sentenced for your crimes. They have a swine that has been slaughtered, and its blood spilling out over this dais as they finish their ritual, or as they conduct their ritual. So we're going to roll for initiative.
Do I get off a shot before initiative?
So they are so focused in what they're doing, you will all surprise them.
Ooh.
It won't actually be surprise, but they are so focused in what they're doing that you'll be fine.
I thought for once I'd get used by
Okay, for your mechanics, yes. It counts as
yeah.
the surprise feature for all mechanics, but it's not a case of they're surprised, it's actually a case of they're just so farly distracted with something else.
Got it. And is there any sort of check to know which one seems more real than the others, or is that clearly visible?
Well, it is clearly visible because most of them all look ethereal. Specifically, the one that's closest to you actually is the one that looks like it is yours. So I'm going to roll for initiative for her. Okay, she rolled an 18. Obi, you need to stop rolling lower initiative than the creatures you're trying to surprise, because they will end their turn no longer surprised.
Though I thought you said we got a surprise round before they acted.
So there's no such thing as a surprise round. Surprise is a surprise is a condition creatures have until the end of their first turn. Unfortunately, she got a better roll. I tried. Alright. The hags will end their turn no longer surprised. They are still focused on their ritual. Obi.
I will shoot her. That's what I was holding my action for. I guess I don't get advantage, though, because she's already acted this round.
She has not acted. So you still have advantage, but you don't get to... It's not an auto-crit.
It's not a crit.
Assassin. Yeah.
26 to hit?
26 is going to hit.
And she hasn't acted, so I don't know if sneak attack would apply or not. But that's
you have
9 to
advantage
hit.
Attack, so you do get sneak attack.
And I will stop there.
Okay. Pelir, what are you doing?
Well, I will take out my bow and take a shot at the clearly present hag.
Okay.
And that is a 25 to hit.
.25 is going to hit.
At 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
I will drop my bow. I will, with my bonus action, go into my blade song. And I will run up as far as I can get, which is 30 feet.
Okay. Cecil.
All right. I am going. So this is. We could walk. Yeah, we could walk there. So I'm going to. How much space do I have?
Each of those rings is just 5-foot steps that go down, so they don't even use any additional movement.
Okay.
It's nice and simple.
So I can get here. Hold on. Right to this one. So what I want to do is I want to chop the line that I can see and see if that makes it so they disappear. So I'm not going to be able to get to the main hack.
You can certainly try, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to run and I'm going to jump down, like fly across the steps, jump down. I'm going to slice the line.
Okay. Cool. So, trying to think if that weapon can cut the cord.
Well, to be honest, I have been putting my blade on my scarf and praying to it every night for this hunt.
Yeah. All right. No, absolutely. You swing that blade, and you feel some resistance in this moment. This individual that appears to be projected in this moment with this cord that connects them to some other location. You slice straight through, and the body just looks at you in terror as it's frightened, and it just dies instantly.
Nice. Oh,
yep.
That's awesome. I'm going to yell. I'll take care of the other hags. I'll go in a circle and I'll get to the real one. I'll take care of these two. Just keep attacking her, and then I'll have my turn.
Okay. Pelir is typing. Okay. Yep. All right, Theo.
Cecil, did you just kill that hag?
I'm just gonna pretend not to hear anything as I'm looking ready to move.
You're gonna finish their ritual for whatever. And then I will cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Which will pop up 60 feet away from me. We'll go with on the other side of the one that Pelir is tangling with. I got that. Hang on.
That's probably really difficult to see.
No, it's fine. You got it. All right.
So I'm going to change the background color to make it a little bit easier to see. How does that look?
Oh, it was gross.
No? Okay. I'll do... Well, yeah. Nope, that would be bad. I'm doing something else, don't worry. Stop hiding your eyes. We'll go with a nice brown. There we go. All right. Anything else? So you summon the spiritual weapon. The spiritual weapon can attack.
Mm-hmm.
What is the result there?
26 to hit.
That would be a 30 to hit, would it not?
Oh yeah, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you blessed 3 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 3, yeah. So 30 to hit. A powerful strike from that little whirlwind as it attacks. Now,
yeah, I would love
when
to
it
not.
attacks, you specifically aren't going for the cord, or what are you attacking?
Yeah, I don't know what the cord does, but I do know that they're vocalizing and their incantation's doing something, so I would go for them, knowing what they do.
So seeing specifically that Cecil cut the cord and it killed one instantly, you go for something else and you deal 9 points of damage to this, or you attack this entity. In this form, the astral version of this entity cannot be. Can it be? Yes, because when you drop it to 0 hit points, it then just reverts back to its body. Yep, so you deal 9 points of damage there. Okay, anything else?
Nope. Just gonna try my best not to draw my attention. Well, actually, I will step forward a little bit. I'll go here. There.
Okay. You look and you see actual terror come from most of the hags there because of the actions. And the 4 that are currently not engaged with anyone all bamf out of there. They all step back and just run away in their astral, ethereal form. The one that's up against Pelé is going to still attempt to, because it feels like it's about to die, it's going to try and do something by casting a spell at Pelé, which is a hold person. So I need Pelé to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
That is a
Against paralysis this time.
9.
Okay. You are paralyzed for the duration. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another wisdom save. On a success, the spell will end. Right. And then with that, she is going to run ever so slightly towards the other hag. Since you're paralyzed, you don't get to make an attack against her. She mutters in Abyssal, Morgana, we've lost. We need to get out of here. You can hear that. Morgana is the name that she calls the one with the red. All right. That one, however, is quite perturbed and angry, and so yeah, she's going to cast a spell, but she's going to focus it all on Obi. So Obi,
Woo!
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Not a DC 0. That's a mistake.
15.
Okay. You succeed the save, taking half damage in that moment for 37 halves down to...
Did Obi just get Kona colded in the face?
He just got Kona colded in the face.
Holy hell!
Obi has
succeeds the
36
save.
HP.
My hood comes off, and I still have my porcelain mask, but all the hair, like all the fur, is now like frozen straight back.
But he only took 18 points of cold damage. So
He would have gotten knocked out in one hit. That's crazy.
Obi, what do you do?
Obi did not like that. Drop the bow, draw the sword, run up. Was this the gal who blasted me?
Yes, indeed.
Mindful of Theodora's advice, I'm just gonna try to stab her in the body, but not like vital organs.
Okay. All right. Non-lethally stab.
18.
18 will hit for
That's 9.
9. Okay.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows, follow up with some kidney punches
All
to
right.
try and soften her up. 11.
The 11 will not hit. Well, it'll hit, but it'll do nothing.
Right, and then 23.
Will also hit. Right,
So
she's now
7
looking
points of
wounded.
bludgeoning.
Okay. Pele, what do you do? You are paralyzed, so roll a wisdom save.
I roll a 20.
Okay. That at the end of your turn will succeed. So we'll move to Cecil. Pelir is no longer incapacitated, so Cecil.
I don't think I could reach her. Yeah, I just missed it by 5.
You can always throw your sword at her.
Yeah, let's not throw my blessed blade. I'm going to kill this one.
Okay.
And let's strike at her cord. Is she's a real or is she?
She's all of these are astral except
Okay.
for
Yeah, okay. So I'll strike at the cord.
Okay.
Tight.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Got it. Uh, 16 plus 2.
So 18, that will hit. You slice through the cord, and a second hag disappears straight from view, dead.
Nice. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Theo.
I'm gonna see that Cecil has not heeded my advice, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I gotta take some alternative measures here just to make sure. It's possible that what I've feared is not a problem, but I just need to make super sure. So what I'm gonna do is this will cause Bless to stop because this is a concentration spell, but I will cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
Getting that scarf to fly, right? That's the keeping
No,
the eyes on the
I'm
prize.
Completely avoiding Cecil here with this.
So, what does Gust of Wind do?
Creates a strong line of wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. So kind of like in the range of a lightning bolt. That blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration, which is I think up to
A minute.
a minute. Yeah. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves when moving closer. Gust disperses gas or vapor. Yada yada. I think you need to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
In order
So
to
each
keep from being
creature-
blown back.
On the start of their turn has to roll it.
Yes. But the thing is about this that I'm going to include the pig in the middle. So the intent is to get the pig to fly into the hag and then blow them both out of the circle like a sumo wrestler.
Okay.
Toby just along for the ride.
Yep. Sorry.
Right. At the top of the round, the pig is going to be picked up. Nice and easy, just lift it up. It's spiraling in the air, and a little bit of blood gets
Ruin their whole
splattered
ritual,
around.
yeah.
It's all just ruined. The pig is going to go towards her. I'm going to give her disadvantage on the strength save. She's got to deal with that and the pig. Let's see how she does. Sag's not very strong. Yep, with a 10, she gets knocked back 15 feet away, which is knocking her into Obi.
Mm-hmm.
Obi,
Do you want me to just make my save now?
yeah, it's your turn next anyway, so make a save now.
That is a 5 minus 3, so 2.
Yeah, it does.
Or negative 2.
flying.
So you also go flying. All three of them just end up crashing against the steps leading up to the area. Everything's just in disarray. She's on the floor. She'll stand up.
I'll do this, by the way, as I'm ascending the steps very coolly.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just stares at you. She's like, no! You ruined everything.
We cannot have sloth demons just traipsing around on the material plane. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry.
Good point.
She's going to, from this position, also cast a spell. And I'm actually going to have to pull out my template for this because it would be useful to map out the specific template. Yeah, here we go. A nice bordered cone. Come on.
I don't want to say anything for fear of the DM's wrath, but a bordered cone implies it's not pointed at Obi. Huh?
Yep. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Oh.
So, her intent is to get so from there she can get Theo in the Cone of Cold. Can she include Cecil? She'd have to move most likely to be able to do so. But she wouldn't have to move out of Obi's melee range to do so. So, turning around, she then casts a cone of cold your way. I need saves from Pelir, Cecil, and Theo.
Con saves?
This would be con saves, yes.
I got a 5.
18.
Okay. All right. So a success from both Pele and Theo. Unfortunately, Cecil, you fail. Cecil will take 38 points of cold damage. Pele and Theo, you will both take half at 19 points of cold damage.
I will react with absorb elements.
Okay, so you take half again,
I like to do
which
the same.
you do the same. Okay, so 19 becomes 9 points of cold damage. All right. I'll need Theo to make a Constitution saving throw for her gust of wind. Okay, which you keep up.
Yep.
It's fine. That's her turn done. Obi, you get blasted back. What are you doing?
Am I prone when I get blasted back, or just still on my feet?
You're prone on the stairs. Yeah.
I mean, I guess just stand up and keep stabbing at her. It's kind of what I do.
Fair enough.
11 to hit.
No.
I will burn my key point for another flurry of blows. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
8 bludgeoning damage, and then nat 1.
That's gonna miss.
And that'll be done. Yep.
Pelia.
Right, I cannot reach her from here, so I will... Is that wind still gusting?
Yep.
Yep.
Am I able to shoot a firebolt through it?
Nothing in the mechanics says you can't.
Yeah.
It says it disperses vapors.
So you'd be fine.
Right, I will try to hit her with a firebolt.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Okay. In fact, I like the idea of the spells kind of combining. What's your to test your understanding of how magic works and in the nature of the spell? Roll me an Arcana check real quick.
That is 21.
Okay. All right. So with the firebolt blasting, let's give you an extra.
I like what you're doing, but I just want to clarify real quick for future references. It does state it extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames in the area. It causes protected flames, such as those of lanterns, to dance wildly and has a 50% chance to extinguish them. So there is a possibility of fire going out, but I like what you're doing.
Yes. So I'm going to give you an extra 5 points of fire damage in that. The reason why I don't consider the firebolt to be like that is I don't consider firebolt to be the kind of fire that can catch other things on fire. And so I wouldn't consider it to be the same sort of thing that could be blown out like a candle or anything like that. This is a magical projection of flame it's going towards. So thank you for pointing it out. And I like that thoughts. But yeah, we'll give you an extra 5 points of fire damage because it combines and blasts a little bit quicker towards her. She'll deal, so she'll take the 12. She is heavily injured now at this point.
Then I will run up 40 feet and I will end my turn.
Okay. Now at this point, you're close enough. Obi is close enough. In amidst all of the anger and the way that her face is scowling towards you all, angry amidst all of her screams, you can clearly see that she's actually crying at this point. Cecil, what do you do?
I'm going to run up to her because I'm close enough, and I'm going to put my blade out and say half-away style and cast.
Before you do so, roll a strength save.
You got it. Oh, because of the wind.
Yeah.
Alright,
That'll be great if you have this moment we run over and get
12. Yeah.
Does a 12 succeed?
No, it does not.
Okay, so as you're running towards her, you lift up your weapon, you go for it, and then all of a sudden, whoa, you get thrown 15 feet.
I need to just go stand in the corner with my hands in my pocket.
That sucks.
Do you have enough movement to get back into melee with her?
I think I have 5.
Okay.
I'd have to see.
And so I'm
Do I take any damage?
I'm rereading
Alright.
Gust of Wind, and it says if each creature that starts its turn, that doesn't say anything about ending your movement.
Enters there. Fair enough. Right. We'll
Yes.
pop back. All right. So you're brave. All right. You're braving the wind. You've got the scarf being
yeah.
thrown backwards. All right. You look cool. She's angry and distracted. Go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna activate Smearing Smite at level 2 on my magic on my sword.
Okay.
So that's plus 2d6. Wait, is it Smearing Smite? Hold on. Let me make sure.
Searing smite.
There's one that Branding Smite. I'm sorry. Branding Smite, which is the radiant damage.
Right.
So I activate that, and then I'm going to slice at her with everything that I have. And I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Guided Strike for a plus 10, so it becomes a 20.
Okay, that's going to hit. Go ahead and roll all the damage.
And I am going to be using a level 2 spell slot for Divine Smite.
Okay, so this hag is also considered Fey. Okay, so she's Fey. It doesn't matter for the Divine Smite, but so all the damage that you deal, we need you to roll 3d8 for the second level Divine Smite. We need you to roll 2d6. Did you say for the
2d6
branding? 2d6, and you've got the weapon damage there. Go ahead and roll those.
All right. 12 for the smites, and 7 for the branding smite.
Okay, as you strike her down in such a way, how does she die, Cecil?
As I took the blade with the holy energy, I just say my Cree, part of the Loon Cree, and I say my resolve burns bright, and I sliced into her as she burns bright with radiant energy.
Okay. The blade sinks through her. She is cut cleanly, and she dies almost within an instant. As her body goes limp, shrivels, and dies. There's a pig on the floor next to her that is also dead, blood dripping onto the steps. But the main focus of the situation right now is that in the central portion of this dais, a small spark begins to appear right out of the center.
Blow away!
A little red spark of energy that seems to be unhindered by the gust of wind that is currently going through it.
I grab a piece of cloth and I wipe up all the blood that's on the altar to see if that does anything.
Okay. What are you doing, Theo?
I was going to see if I could step up to it and channel divinity into it and see what that does.
What does your channel divinity option do?
Normally, I could either turn undead with it or do the destructive wrath thing, which is max damage. But since it has multiple uses, what if you just poured raw energy into it, like the turn undead feature?
Okay. All right. So the cleaning of the blood doesn't do anything, unfortunately. But the pouring of the energy connects you with the spell that happened, Theo. In a moment, you get a quick flash and an understanding of what these women were actually doing. they weren't summoning a greater demon right now. The greater demon had been summoned before. They were containing and attempting to siphon the power of these greater demons for their own use and capability. By disrupting and destroying their ritual, yes, you stopped them from gaining the power of these greater demons themselves, but as a side effect, those greater demons themselves, which were previously summoned, are now freeing themselves out into the material plane. You have a vision, a witness for a moment of 7 greater demons breaking out all across the world, each one represented by the 7 deadly sins. The sloth demon is on its way here right now to this site. Your divine energy that you pour into it, you feel a portion of that necrotic energy that was part of, or in abyssal energy that was part of the spell itself, pour back into you for but a moment. I'm gonna try and figure out what that actually does at another time, but there is a greater demon on its way. Now you get a visual of these large beings. What you see is a huge creature. It has the lower half a centaur in that it's got 4 legs with a hindquarter that sticks out behind its upper torso. But from the large torso, you have 4 long, elongated arms that reach out in all different directions as they're clawing their way towards the material plane. Above that, their long snout-like heads, they look almost like wolves or dogs of sorts with horns that roll out of them. Your sloth demon that's headed this way has a slightly blue hue to his skin tone as he looks almost cold, and his horns actually look like they're made purely out of curled icicles. He is on his way here. What do you do?
So there's nothing that this red spark can actually do.
The red spark is how he's coming out this way. There's nothing you can do to stop it right now.
I refuse to believe that. There's nothing that we can do. What if I pull out my Dispel Magic Scroll, the one that I have?
Okay.
And pour everything that, try to sever the connection between the material plane and the abyss where this thing is coming from. This one thing.
Okay. Roll. It's going to require you to roll the Dispel Magic skill check. It is possible with Dispel Magic. It is possible to do. So go ahead and roll the Wisdom. Wisdom.
As she does that, I'm going to. Do I have it? Hold on. I will go up to her and I will aid her and I will give her bless.
Well, and what do we see? We just see like the spark, and then Theodora goes up to it and is like,
she's doing something.
Yeah.
So I could assume that whatever she's doing is important because
she looks very rushed.
Okay, bless isn't going to help her with this.
Oh, okay.
But I will see if I can get some guidance from my Storm Lord to help me fortify this.
Okay.
Okay.
So wisdom check and add a d4.
22 plus 4. So 20.
Okay. All right. Well, you very well. You use this spell scroll, and in a moment,
she goes Super Saiyan. She goes.
The scroll turns to ash and dust in but a moment, with itself exploded that red sparkle flame, similar to the opening that was appearing, and you snuff it out. Well done. The entryway, whatever access point this sloth demon had to come up here, has been closed off. You did do it. Well done. As soon as it does close off, though, you witness two entities begin to walk towards you, each surrounded by this white ethereal cord that is holding them in place. And those entities are the stocky looking but fairly old High Lord of Haganibuto, Orcbreaker, and next to him is Daffy. In astral form, both of them approach you and simply say, "Thank you. Thank you." What do you say to Daffy, or Daffy's soul almost, as it is about ready to return to the body as the spell holding it is removed?
Do we all see this, or is this just with Theos?
All of you can see Daffy and the High Lord.
Well, I don't believe it's them because we were just in the presence of 7 high, powerful spellcasters messing with demonic magic. So I do not believe it's them. So I will say nothing and just kind of glare at them and be suspicious and kind of keel over with my hair all frizzy and stuff after all of that.
Divine Smite. Can I see something?
With Divine Sense.
Sorry, wow.
I was going to say, Divine Smite.
I'm still on a little bit of a high after I used it. You know. How shit.
You don't sense anything here. But then again, Divine Smite lets you know if there's any Celestials, Fiends, or Undead within 60 feet of you, not behind total cover. And these hags were technically Fey.
Oh,
so.
Okay, so I will walk up to Daffy and I will ask her, Daffy, before you go, because we don't know if we're going to be able to see you again or meet back with you, because, you know, we still need to find the person.
I certainly hope you're going to carry my body back upstairs.
Can you sing us a song? Remember that song that you made? The one about, you know, when we were, you know, I got my head cut off and we used, but before that.
It's the only way we can know you are you.
You know, you and Theo made it.
I'll sing it when I actually have lungs that will help me do so.
There's the chord, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to crush that chord. All right.
Don't.
I know. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Definitely. If that is you, we left your body well secured, and we are heading back right now to ensure that we retrieve your body and get out of this hellhole.
Do we need to do anything to get your spirit back?
I don't think so. The feeling of restraint has been lessened, and I should be able to. I think I can just go back.
I left some playing cards for you to play solitaire when you get there, and I left some food. So just get feeling better, and we'll be there soon.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Lord Orcbreaker, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Do you know what has happened to you?
I was privy to many things, but not who you are. What I know is you are instrumental in saving me. So, whoever you are, thank you.
Do you know how you came to be in this place?
It was in a dream. The woman approached me and told me wonderful things. But it was all a lie, a trick.
It is our understanding that the council has tried to coup away your powers, and that your lady Mistress Orcbreaker, she is in a very perilous position, with no one to care for her or look after her. I urge you with great swiftness to return to her at once and to ensure that you and your family are safe.
Well, damn that council.
If it makes you feel better, we really think it was just 3. Ishido, Morino, Goldcrusher, Ishido Shotaro, Morino, Goldcrusher, and another guy, the speaker, the main speaker of the council.
Not the
Obi,
speaker.
you should let someone else talk.
Like he named like all the clans in like one go.
There are more than 4.
There's a Chiselback, the Gold Crusher, and the Stone Twister.
You are not done here, though. There is one other that was needed to be found. We were used in their ritual. He is somewhere beyond here.
Who is this person that we have to retrieve?
The speaker, Dagnar. He is still alive.
We had no
I
idea
think-
he was down here and had no intention of finding him. But now that you have mentioned that, this seems like a good idea for us to do. We would not want to leave him here. Where
Thank
did you
you.
last see him?
That was convincing, Hillier.
He is a dear friend of mine. He is beyond in the old king's chambers.
We will retrieve him, and we will see you shortly back in the Citadel.
Thank you. Goodbye. And his body will fade as he steps ethereally back towards his body. Daffy does the same thing as she goes back towards hers to enjoy some food and some cards while she waits on you to return to pick up her body. As our heroes are now aware that Dagnar should be nearby, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna fall on the ground and just go, "Bah!"
I'm gonna go. Just start clapping. Professor Dr. Tio, another well done.
We didn't stop shit.
Theodora, that looked very intense. What was that you were doing? I saw you use the scroll, and then that spark went away. What was all that about?
I literally put myself in between the abyssal magic and my divine magic. And that's where I was, and I was torn apart on the inside, but that's okay. I stopped a demon.
Wow.
The other demons, they're totally coming. Like, the spell that we interrupted was not the summoning ritual, it was the control ritual. So the rest of them are still coming.
Can we reproduce the ritual from what we see here? Could
We
you
just-
control them?
No, it takes incantations. Do you know I don't know the incantations. It's an abyssal.
Well, we could look
that.
around. We could look around this palace and see if maybe someone left some notes somewhere.
You could do that too. I mean, honestly, it looks like since we were the ones that caused it, all 4 of us, it's our duty to hunt down these monsters, these big demons.
You sound like you're enjoying this.
Oh, I am enjoying this. My life has completely been made for this moment.
I just spitballing ideas here. Perhaps when we tell of this moment, we leave the part out where we are responsible for the 6 demons coming to the material plane. I mean,
Well, you said they were already here, right? That they were already here. This was just to control them. So we did not bring them here.
but we are setting them free. This is what I'm
Now
saying.
they're here.
Well, that there's a detail, we don't need to cover all of the details when we retell this story. I mean, we could tell them that We killed the hag. The hags were responsible for the demons.
Oh, we need proof of the hag and Orc. Well, if Orcbreaker goes back, he will vouch for us.
He'll vouch for us.
But yeah, we should definitely look for notes, as well as find this Dagnar fellow. Cecil, you're not looking well. Perhaps you would like to spend some time recovering some life forces.
I'm just gonna give you a thumbs up. It's like, yeah, I'm okay, don't worry. But he looks really beat up.
Okay. Then as our heroes start looking for notes about anything to do with this ritual and what's going on here, we're going to end tonight's session there. So thank you very much for joining us tonight, folks. Hope you enjoyed this and see what will happen with the world now that 6 of the 7 deadly sins embodied in physical form do to the world at large. Thank you very much. Before we do end, please don't forget to follow each and every one of these people on their relative social medias. They're incredible with what they do, so give them the follow. It really helps us realize that we're being appreciated. Before we go, does anyone have anything that they would like to plug? Casey?
Umi.
Yeah.
You can also find me on the Greyhawk channel on Fridays at 5 p.m. We play, me and NPC Bree and Mackenzie and Zelda and Fran all play in a game called The Old Faith. You can find me over there. The end.
All right. Well, good night, folks. See you next week.